There was one day in March of 2020 where you had a final opportunity to buy XRP for 10 cents. In June of 2022, you had one day and really just minutes to have a final stab at getting XRP under 30 cents. And in today's update and video, we're going to show you the final opportunity to buy XRP below a dollar. Looks like it's right around the corner. Is it going to last 30 seconds, a few minutes, maybe a couple days? We don't know exactly how this plays out, but we're going to show you that it looks like we have a very compelling case for a final opportunity for XRP below a dollar. I want to just give you this video without any hype, without trying to sensationalize this, just presenting the opportunity and explaining how I am taking advantage of it. It's up to you guys whether or not you are going to be taking advantage of the final sub $1 XRP opportunity. Now, real quick, before we get there, we got to take a moment to acknowledge that it is July 13th, 2026, the 3-year anniversary of XRP being deemed not a security by Judge Torres in the Ripple versus SEC case. I want to give a huge shout out to Stuart Alderati, who's chief legal officer, and the entire team. And I call them the legal assassins that Ripple deployed, some of the best in the game. And when it comes time to do that business, you definitely want to have the best attorneys. Ripple, make no mistake about it, the best in class. Absolutely. And they defeated the SEC. They won on all the important points. But 3 years ago today is when we got that clarity. Well, we're talking about the final Clarity Act countdown in my update earlier today. We have 20 weeks to go till the August 7th recess. All attention on Clarity Act and how important it's going to be for our industry and especially, America in our crypto capital market. But XRP doesn't need that Clarity Act, does it? Because we have that legal precedent, one of only 2 digital assets with that level of clarity, really Bitcoin pretty much there. But other than that, XRP standing alone with having full clarity of not being a security. We celebrate that today. Very special. Gotta love it. And this brings us to the final opportunity to buy XRP below a dollar. I want to give a shout out to Cassie Trades, one of the twins there, the sisters. We appreciate their technical analysis. I think it's been pretty spot on. I think they've actually been calling this correction for XRP dang near perfectly. And we just want to get close, give us some margin, and we'll make a lot of money. Now, she says, we're finishing the correction XRP spent a year building. I'm zoomed into the lower timeframes, and what I see is a potential final 5-wave impulse down into the macro 87-cent support zone. If this structure below plays out, the path is something like this. We get a sharp wave down now towards 93 cents. Then we'll get a relief wave back towards a dollar, flipping it into resistance for the wave 4. And then you get the final wave down into the 87-cent macro target. That's your wave 5. That final move would complete the macro wave 2 correction and finish off the correction we've spent the last year building. The odds still favor one final low into support before the next major trend begins. Don't blink or you'll miss this. Let's zoom in on her chart right here. And what we see is we're coming down. We're down at $1.05 as I record this update, July 13th, 2026, coming down below a dollar for one final opportunity. And it's going to come and it's going to go very quickly. What I wanted to do for today's update, like I said, I understand how sick we are of hearing final chance, last chance, final opportunity, clickbait, clickbait, clickbait. I get it, man. Which is why I don't watch the clickbait crap. I get straight to the real analysis and how do we take effective action. And I'm going to show you what happened, and I'm going to show you how much I regret not taking advantage of that last opportunity for XRP at 10 cents. That last opportunity for XRP at 30 cents. That is the reality. Is that it was the last chance to get XRP at 10 cents in March of 2020. It was the last chance to get XRP below 30 cents in June of 2022. Anybody that said that at the time, you probably would have been saying the same thing. This is clickbait. I'm mad at you because I don't want to hear that this is another last chance. But it was. That was honest reporting. And today, I think we're going to reflect back on this video and the videos that I've been making during this time, and we'll look back and say, man, you were right. We didn't need to time it perfectly. We didn't need to get our technical analysis dialed in, so we got it to the exact day, hour, and bought the bottom to the penny. Only fools are trying to do that. But what the real investors are doing right now is they're catching us while we're in the range. All we need is to be in the range, and then you give yourself margin. That's all we're looking for. This is it right here. I'm going to zoom in on the chart. 2022 bear market, XRP in June of 2022. Your final chance to buy XRP at 28.73, 28 cents. That was your last chance. You will never buy XRP under 30 cents again. That was it. And you got half a dozen opportunities to buy under 32 cents. It got close throughout the rest of 2022, but it never went back below 30 cents again. Even in January of 23, we got back down to 30 cents, but it didn't go below. And I want you guys, I have to really paint this picture for you guys so you understand the context. XRP before then had been trading at the 20 cent range for years, right? And so in 2022, when it went back below 30 cents, Luna had just blown up in May, the month before. And during that time, a lot of people were thinking, oh, this is it. We're going back down. I'm going to be picking up XRP at 20 cents again. I'll be picking up XRP at 10 cents again. No, you won't. No, you didn't. That was it. One day. I should have zoomed in on a shorter time frame to see. You might have only had 5 minutes. These wicks come and go so quickly, and if you don't get your orders in, you're going to be left behind. But you have to understand the context, the psychology of the average market participant during that time was, okay, XRP just came back down to 30 cents. We're going to go a lot lower. I'm going to be picking up at 20 cents again, 15 cents again, 10 cents again. And you never did. Now I show you March of 2020, and this one hurts me in particular because I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember pulling out my calculator like a moron. And I was doing the math. XRP was at 10 cents. And I only had a few shekels at the time to invest. And I was doing the math on how much further my money would go if I just waited for XRP to go to 5 cents. Because it was the end of the world. And 10 cents wasn't the bottom. We were going to go lower. We were going to go to 5 cents. I was pulling out my calculator and my poor self at the time. And I make fun of myself because I literally didn't even have that much money to invest. And I let the market get to me and stop me from investing at 10 cent XRP because I was so guaranteed, so convinced that we were going to 5 cents. We never did. 10 cents was the bottom. March of 2020, 13th of March. This is when the world was coming to an end. Run for the hills. Grab your wife, grab your children. And don't buy XRP because it's the end of the world. Or if you were like me, you were still here. You still wanted to buy. I was just starting to get a little bit too greedy. That market psychology that this is the end of the world, we're going even lower, was wrong. And it's why we dollar cost average. I should have been happy to buy at 20 cents and 15 cents. And then you set that order right above 10 cents is a big psychological number. What do I do now? I would place an order at 11 cents. Right before we get down to a big level of support, 10 cents. That's what I do now. Did I do that back in 2020? No. And that's a decision that I regret to this day. Because even though I didn't have much money, you could have bought a lot of XRP while it was trading at 10 cents. And this brings us to where we're at today. XRP trading at $1.05. I've already started dollar cost averaging at $1.30, at $1.22, $1.21, $1.07. And right now, I have buy orders on iTrust Capital. I have a buy order for $1.01, and I have a buy order at 92 cents. A lot of influencers won't tell you where their buy orders and sell orders are at. I will, in an effort of transparency. If you guys haven't signed up with iTrust Capital, you should. They're my sponsor. I love working with them. I love their products and solutions and how they take care of our community with free institutional grade custody and US based customer support. Take advantage of the $100 funding bonus and get signed up today. Now, I also went to another community resource that I'm going to put in front of you right now, which is Caleb and Brown. I went to my personal brokerage over there, and I put in my orders this past weekend to buy some more XLM. And if you guys haven't signed up with Caleb and Brown, I encourage you to do so as well. I encourage you to have both platforms. I encourage you to have multiple options. If you're not going to use my resources, that's fine. At least smack the thumbs up if you appreciate it. But I don't care what platform you're using. Are your buy orders set? Are you ready? Are you dollar cost averaging here while we're in the range of the bottom? Is it going to be 87 cents and Cassie Trades will live in infamy as the best ever to call this cycle? Or will it hit at 90 cents? And I can already see it now. It'll bottom at 90 cents and everybody, Cassie Trades has bad analysis. Cassie Trades was wrong. If we miss it by a few pennies, are you going to be complaining when we go to those big numbers? And we've seen it before. I've lived through it. I made the mistakes before. I still regret them today. And I'm just telling you how it plays out. We've seen it before. We'll see it again. And you're going to be the one regretting not buying more XRP at $1, not buying more XRP at your final chance at 90 cents. And people literally are going to spend more time getting upset than an influencer says, last chance, final opportunity under $1. And you'll spend more time with little keyboard fingers writing a mean comment than you will making sure that you get your orders placed and you are ready for the next bull run. And you wonder why you have the results in life up to this point that you do. It's because you're not taking advantage of the opportunities that are being presented in front of you. You are not letting fundamentals lead the conviction and the investment decisions that you make. Just like I reposted on TikTok this morning, during the bottom of 2022, during November of 2022, we compile all of the influencers that were saying, I just sold all of my crypto. And that was the predominant message during that time, was to get out of crypto completely. It's the end. FTX blew up. Luna blew up. XRP's going back down to 20 cents. No, it didn't. Bitcoin's going back down below 10,000. No, it didn't. It bottomed at 15K. And then it pumped to 120,000. XRP bottomed out at 28 cents in June and then ran up to $3.66. And as you can tell, you didn't need to time that perfectly to make a lot of money. Did you need to buy 15K Bitcoin? No. Anywhere in that range, 15 to 30,000 would have been good, right? Did you need to buy 30 cent XRP? No. But anywhere in that range would have worked out pretty dang good. Cut out the noise. Cut out the distractions and focus on what's in front of us right now, which is an opportunity to buy near the bottom, close enough, and it's good enough for you to make a bunch of money. And this is the only way that you make big money in this game, is by investing when it's not sexy, when it's not popular. And in fact, that's what us investors actually enjoy. More hate, more negativity, more smashing the thumbs down, more comments that Zach sucks. All that does is feed into a better buying opportunity for folks like myself and many of you in our community who don't get distracted, who have cut out the noise, and who stay focused. As my mentor, Dan Pena, tells me, he or she who gets focused first and stays focused longest will win most. Ask yourself, which camp are you falling into right now? And I hope you are taking advantage of it. It's going to come, it's going to go, and a lot of people are going to be sitting with regret, like I have, of not buying 10 cent XRP when it was sitting right in front of me and I was ready to hit that buy button, but I didn't because I was letting all that outside noise. It's the end of the world. 5 cent XRP with the few bucks that I have is going to go a lot further. And I missed the last chance to buy 10 cent XRP. I missed the last chance to buy 28 cent XRP. I'm not missing the last chance to buy below $1. Are you going to miss it? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you appreciate what we're doing, smack it and tap it and share it out far and wide. I got another video picked right here for you, and that subscribe button's right up there for you. God bless you all. Thank you.